Okay. Good morning, Starseeds, light workers, empaths, and let's call in Lyrians. And so we thank our spirit guides and we thank the archangels, we thank the universe, we thank the ascended masters, Jesus, Buddha, Saint Germain, and all that has ascended to help us, Kuan Yin, Lao Tzu. Um, we just thank the wisdom of the guardians and even our guides for those who are connecting and watching this morning. And we ask for a word concerning the expression and the outpour of life concerning the light workers. Yesterday, I had a phenomenal experience where I seen a separation again of the wheat and tares, kind of like to scripture of the wheat and tears, I should say. And there were people that are protected. Light was pouring out. The hands of God was so massive and huge pouring out at this time. Yet there was a separation of darkness that many do not see, but the spirit realm and our ancestors are helping out. So here we're going to ask, what do we do next? Star seeds. And we're going to call on the Syrian Council, the Lyrian Council, Pleiades. And we're also asking for guidance for the light workers and empaths at this time, that their heart shall not fail any longer, but they would see the power of spirit. And it is so. Amen. Oh, I think I'm going to take this one. So here, yeah, this one here in the pre-pull, I began to pull before I started the recording, and this was here. And it says, hi, Rief, longing for home, homesick for the stars. So there's many out there that are homesick. And I would say for those that have just started the path in the journey of spirituality, if you're a light worker, even if you're a seer, you're part of this here light journey. And what's happening is that many people don't understand what they feel melancholy for or depressed about or just heavy. They think it's an earthly situation, but in most cases it's not. It could be circumstances that's making it harder, earthly circumstances. But this here card is recognizing that there's a longing for home, and that home is going to be at the core of our hearts, that we go within and begin to meet with that inner kingdom that we understood. And Jesus spoke of it. He said that the kingdom of God is within. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all things shall be added unto you. So if you don't have a foundation in Christianity or a spiritual foundation, begin to look at some things that you might be able to find to help you to get that foundation and the grounding, because a spiritual foundation is very important in the changing times that we have. We've been being prepared through our ancestors and the encounters of unfortunate circumstances, but those fortunate circumstances would turn into fortune for us if we follow the path of light. So you're not lost, even though you have learned many earthly things. The time of undoing is what's happening here, even for COVID in 2020, when the United States and all around the world was shut down. It was a time of undoing. And I get a little bit more deep in that in my classes where I teach on mysteries and revelations. If you're interested, you can become a part at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. It's a mission for me to just impart into others and let them know that because they've been different in this world, not really believing what the world has shown them, although they became a part of it, they do have people, sisters and brothers out here that have that heart of home, and we collectively come together and discuss what home is like together. All right, unity is where we have power, so we want power in the midst of light. Don't be in a place where you feel like you're singled out or you're an individual that is misunderstood anymore, because we're coming out of the darkness, and the universe, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever you learned religiously is calling us all out now of the darkness to unite and hold hands and say, we're here and we're here to help and support those that have been down and broken. So the home in the constellations, yes, we feel the pull to come back home. But while we feel the pull to come back home, what we're really experiencing is the need to integrate and pray and meditate more so that we can bring home into this here earthen body of ours, bring home into the experience that we have from the universe. So the universe is calling us to bring home into our bodies and manifest it into our world so that there can be peace within our worlds, even if it's not in others, okay? Let me turn it that way. Thank God for cards for Starseeds. And okay, we're gonna get another one. And this is guidance. My question was, what do we do now? And so you're gonna turn within and begin to discipline yourself. Helping hands are all around us. Help us to see the helping hands. Who are they? The helping hands. Help us to understand who are the helping hands that are coming to support the light workers. And here we go again, another one. And it says, karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. So I want to just say that if we can get to a place where we understand that karmic relationships, they reap a harvest of good and bad. And bad can seem like bad, but if you learned anything from a karmic situation that was painful, then that means that you've gained. You gained from your pain, and that's for everyone in this world. So sometimes those that hurt you will be out of your life for a season, but sometimes they will come back because they've been led to assist you. How does this balance out the reality? The reality is balanced out through our understanding that we must integrate the pain to become gain. It's like a blessing and a curse. You can't get away from it in the world. Everyone experiences it, even if they don't turn to their spiritual nature. Well, we turn to the spiritual nature because home is calling. Here it says right here, longing for home. You're not just longing for home, home is calling us, and home is in the heart. So if home is in the heart, then that means that you got to change some things about your view in life, meaning what you're looking at outside is not as important as what is inside of here, right? And you begin to recreate your life through the karmic lessons that you had. Now, karma is good and it is bad. So let's look at whatever you have experienced in the past. And if it was not good, then let's see how we can turn it into good. Because polarities mean that there's light and darkness. It's like yin and yang. It is like the Gemini energy, you know, the poles. So you have a polarization of darkness and a polarization of light. And the darkness gives you the ability, even as you see here, it's dark and the stars are there. It gives you the ability to sit in a place and contemplate what's the next move. Because karma will bring us to an end result of sitting down and beginning to bring together everything that we've experienced in life. It's like the fool on its journey. It has this bag and everything that it needs is in the bag. So your journey has given you some things that don't have to do with physical circumstances like houses and cars. It has to do with wisdom and knowledge. And now to bring yourself into balance from karma, good or bad, you are going to look at the experiences, what you learned, and if it was seemingly bad, you're going to turn it into good, and you're going to use that good and begin to create good karma throughout the next 10 years, you know, and I don't want to go too far into that, but you want to work on your good that you can give to everyone, because that's a catalyst for you to stay focused on you, your change, and who you are transforming into. All right. So, yeah, it says karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth. You are in a place where you are required to grow, you and I, and you're growing beyond the conflict. That means don't give up, don't turn back to who you used to be. Keep moving forward so that you can actually birth in this process who you want to be, what you want to be, and what you want to manifest for yourself and for your community and for the world. All right. So karmic relationships are not bad. It's how people have looked at them and how they have um, spoken about them. My karmic relationships have taught me well, especially when I began to look at they're teaching me something, but they were teaching me something about myself that I didn't see. And the teaching took me to a place where I had, breakdowns, um, sufferings, crisis that changed my life for the better, put me on the road for my destiny and my calling. All right, so here, these karmic relationships, are they coming back to hurt us or to help us? Is there recognition in the relationships? All right, so here we want to look at this card. And so here it says, surrender to sweetness. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. So surrender to sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So I take this here card, and this is going to be the last one. And I would say that use discretion or discrimination, use discernment for anyone that's coming. Use your intuition. And that's what the initiative of the Starseed, the light workers and empaths, that's their initiative. They have to learn how to always use their inner compass, their inner energies, their inner spirit, period, in order to, uh, gain higher ground in life. It puts me in the mind of, I want to say Ruth today in the Bible, when her husband and her mother-in-law's children, all of the sons had died. The other daughter-in-laws left, but Ruth said that she was going to go into her land. And Ruth was discerning something that she had no evidence of, but her motive was to stay and support her mother-in-law. She took the journey with her mother-in-law and went into the land that her mother-in-law had come from. And from that, she experienced a wealth that she would have never had if her husband hadn't have, passed away. She experienced the wealth of receiving a husband called a Boaz, and he had wealth beyond mind, body, and spirit that he would share with her. So surrender to sweetness and recognize that all are good. It's just some of us, many of us have been damaged through the world, and many of us hadn't turned to transform our lives as so we're speaking today. But at the end of the day, you want to remember that home is not where you live in a physical dwelling. Home is where the heart is, and the heart will take you back to where you came from before you even became a seed in your mother's womb. So you guys, blessings, ifwbuilders@gmail.com. You can contact me. And of course, this is my, Yahoo, not Yahoo, but YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram at Inner Wealth Builders and Facebook at Kim Warner, and on Facebook also at I Am a Woman of Power, because we must empower the feminine energy. And that's not slighting males, because there's men that are feeling this journey because they're coming into wholeness with the divine feminine, the divine masculine and divine feminine as to surrender, to come into the sweetness of love and joy. And that's where the polarities begin to integrate, and wholeness of who we are is able to emerge and do the work that we were called to do in this earth. So you guys be blessed and have a wonderful day. Contact me, and I will talk to you soon.